A wild night at the Sprint Center when it's Oklahoma and Iowa State. What else would you expect? I'm Barry Trammell along with OU writer Ryan Aber. We're here in Kansas City. We're in the Big 12 quarterfinals on Thursday night. The Sooners beat Iowa State 79-76. An historic night of superstars. Georges Niang, Buddy Hield put on quite the show. Hield wins it out, 39 points for Hield, 31 for Niang. Oklahoma advances to play West Virginia, and Ryan, what a show we saw.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've gotten used to seeing it both when these two teams go head-to-head, when those two players go head-to-head, and then just when Buddy Hield's out on the floor. Another fantastic game. This reminded you a lot of what Hield did early in the season before things wore down for him a little bit. He was efficient from the field, but I thought the best thing he did tonight was, on the offensive end at least, was get to the rim. A lot of his points, especially in the second half, were scored in the paint. He was able to be aggressive and make things happen offensively instead of just sitting back behind the three-point line and firing up shot after shot until the points accumulated.
Buddy Hield, 14 of 21 shooting, only 2 3-pointers made. So he was getting to the basket, but 70 points combined for these two superstars on virtual 70% shooting. Niang, not a big factor in the first half, got in a little foul trouble, let OU get a little spurt. But in the second half, he was playing downhill, and the Sooners were able to hold him off. Hield was great in both halves, 18 in the first half, 21 in the second half, and really just did enough to get Oklahoma over the hump.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it wasn't just his offense, which we talk about, which will be talked about for a long time. But Buddy Hield came up with several big defensive plays in this game as well. Had a couple big blocks, took a couple charges. Ryan Spangler, his eyes sort of lit up after the game when I asked him about that. He said, "You see that? Do you see what Buddy Hield was doing tonight?" He said he'd never seen Buddy Hield take a charge, but that got this team energized early, and he carried that momentum throughout.
Well, it's a great win for Oklahoma, which has been sort of spotty the last few weeks, but now the Oklahoma goes into another stiff match. West Virginia in the semifinals. To win this tournament, the Sooners almost surely going to have to beat 3 ranked teams. They got one of them behind, and that's been the tougher matchup, Iowa State. West Virginia is a squad that Oklahoma has swept this season. Not a bad matchup for the Sooners.
No, not at all. Now, the key for this game on Friday night is going to be getting production from the inside again. In both these games, Kadeem Lattin has been fantastic against the Mountaineers this season. He was set the tone for them in Morgantown the last time these two teams met, and they're going to need another big performance out of him and Ryan Spangler in this one if they're able to break West Virginia's press.
Well, it should be a great semifinal. Oklahoma, West Virginia, here in Kansas City. Stay tuned for further OU basketball coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.